Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. My name is Man, and today I am your coach for the Texan Clearbodies in season number 1 of the Alola International. This is week number 7, and this is the Wi-Fi battle between the Texan Clearbodies, myself, and Hammer Timestone, aka Hammer, and his Holland Flareons. If you did not see the team builder that went up earlier this week, the playlist to the entire league as well as the team builder video are both linked down below. Included down below also is MissAngelBomb, the person who is recording my matches for me. Much love to her for that. Uh, we have a layout on the side here, if you did not already see it, which you'll see it in a minute. Uh, there is no formal team preview because, she doesn't know how to record it with Team Builder, Team Preview. So inside the layout, instead, we have the teams that we both decided to bring. My team, of course, was covered in the Team Builder. Check that out before you watch this, so you know what I'm bringing and why I'm bringing it, because I will be covering some discussion with regards to investments and things of that nature throughout the post commentary. My opponent decided to bring Skarmory, Buzzwole, Mega Gyarados, Tapu Bulu, Reuniclus, and Infernape. Um, Before the match actually kicks off, I'm going to cover a little bit of what I anticipated his team to be. That team preview. His Tapu Bulu is probably Choice Banded, his Mega Gyarados is Mega Gyarados, his Skarmory is probably Leftovers, his Buzzwole is probably like Expert Belt or not Choice Banded, I don't think. Probably Expert Belt or Assault Vest or something like that. Reuniclus is Assault Vest, and his Infernape is probably Choice Scarf. So that is my assumption for what his team is going to be. Without further ado, though, let's go ahead and jump into the battle. We are going to watch the battle on this tiny screen, but it is a tiny screen with a layout underneath it or behind it. There is a question of the day, of course. The question of the day this week is question of the week, rather, is what, in your opinion, is the best Mega Pokemon and why? In my opinion, the best Mega Pokemon has to be probably Mega Metagross for one reason and one reason only. It is my mascot. Well, not one reason, but it is my mascot, my favorite Pokemon. It's really fast, it's really dangerous, there's no switch-ins to it. Those are the 5 reasons, in my opinion, why, in my opinion, Mega Metagross is my favorite and is the best Mega Pokemon. Let me know down below what you guys think is the best Mega Pokemon and why. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this match. So as I said in the team builder, I would lead off with my Run and Wash. He's going to lead off with his Harambe, which is his Infernape. Like I said, I predicted this thing to be a Choice Scarfer. So I make the correct read, and he's forced out immediately because he doesn't want to risk taking a Water type move, which is exactly where I'm going to click in case he stays in. But he switches into his Retro, which is his Reuniclus. And the Reuniclus is going to take a nice and clean Hydro Pump. I'm assuming that's probably Assault Vest or Especially Defensive based on how much he took from that. He's going to Volt Switch out. Or I'm sorry, I'm going to Volt Switch out because I'm not going to stay in on that thing. And I'm going to go into my Clefable. He's going to fire up a clean, nice and powerful Energy Ball. And based upon this damage, there was a misprep on my part, in my opinion. I think I should have gone with physical or especially defensive Clefable to be able to play Calm Mind Wars with this thing in case he did in fact run Calm Mind. So Leftovers Recovery, I'm gonna do just that. Click Calm Mind. He's gonna reveal some interesting tech to me with this set of his. And props to him for this prep, by the way. He's gonna pull out a nice and clean Flash Cannon. I'm like, huh? I didn't even know he got Flash Cannon. Like, literally, I didn't even know Reuniclus got Flash Cannon. But he's going to pull out Flash Cannon, do about 50 some damage, 60 some damage to me after Leftovers recovery. Gets the special defense drop, of course. I get my leftovers and I'm forced out with the special defense drop. I'm forced out. So I am going to switch out. Now, I switch into my Beedrill for one reason, and that reason is because I think I can take a hit. I can take the hit from Beedrill with Beedrill because I have the 148 in my HP and the 4 in my special defense. So I should be able to take this hit and then revenge kill him with U-turn or knockoff. So I'm going to do just that. Switch into my Beedrill. He's going to collect Flash Cannon like I figured, because he's not, and he didn't think I would switch. So he does 67 points damage, and that's because he gets a crit. Of course he gets a crit. So he's going to switch out because he doesn't want to take knockoff or U-turn into his plane, which is his Skarmory, which I would guess is his Stealth Rocker as well. So I'm going to go ahead and Mega Evolve because I can, and why wouldn't I? So I'm going to Mega Evolve, and I'm going to click knockoff because that is the best utility move to click at that present time to knock off leftovers like I did, or to knock off his Assault Vest. I'm going to U-turn out before he can Brave Bird me into my Heatran because I figured let's trade hazards. Into Heatabro, the Heatran. And he's going to float in the air with Air Balloon. Now, one thing I want to make known is that I think, in my personal opinion, after building this team and then looking at it, post battle, I think that doing it with the Water Reduction Berry, doing Heatran with Water Reduction Berry rather than Air Balloon, was the better option. But Air Balloon is there in case Earthquake or Earth Power from things like Hydreigon, which he didn't bring, or his Buzzwole. So I guess it's a good bring, but I figured now that I think the Water Reduction Berry, was actually the better choice to go with. So the Air Balloon is going to pop because he's going to put Iron Head. Predicting what? My Clefable to come in? I don't know. So yeah. So he's going to switch out, and I figured he would bring in Rocks. But he's going to switch out into his Gyarados before he takes Stealth Rocks damage. Intimidate is irrelevant. I put up my Rocks, like I said. So Heatran's done half of its job. The other half of his job is Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp is there to burn things like this Buzzwole and Tapu Bulu and this Gyarados that's sitting in front of me, who just Mega Evolve. Because the thing is once I cripple this thing, we're good. Oh, come on. Okay, sorry, it lagged. But yeah, so he gets a decently large chunk of damage, and my Will-O-Wisp miss. Of course my Will-O-Wisp miss. Because why wouldn't it, right? So Waterfall comes off again a second time, and I decide to sack my Heatran. Because there's no reason to preserve it, because it's not going to live. Heatran is going to die, and Rotom is going to come out, forcing this Gyarados out immediately. But yeah, Will-O-Wisp missing ultimately is a bad thing, but it's not the end of the world. He's going to take Stealth Rocks damage, which immediately tells me on his Reuniclus that is not Magic Guard Reuniclus. So I'm going to Will-O-Wisp, which is nice, but when he ends up being later, it's nice. Kind of. So he's burnt. He takes burn damage, and I'm going to Volt Switch out, because I'm not about to sit here and want to sit in front of him. Ignore Discord, by the way. But, yeah. So yeah, I'm going to Volt Switch out into my Gliscor, and I'm about to take so much damage from the Psychic, because Gliscor is not defensive, it's actually offensively bulky. Poison Heal triggers. My Poison is triggered by Toxic Orb, and Poison Heal is now triggered. He switches out, predicting the knockoff or U-turn into his Skarmory, assumably predicting the knockoff. So I'm actually going to U-turn as he takes more Stealth Rocks damage, which is nice, so he's just getting whittled down slowly. He takes the U-turn, I switch out, into my Rotom, as he is forced into a situation where I have momentum. So he's going to switch out, predicting the electric type move, which is exactly what I'm about to click. Now, if you notice, the Reuniclus came in with more HP than it left with last time, which reveals to me that that is Regenerator Reuniclus, probably Specially Defensive Assault Vest, which is kind of what I figured it would be. I figured it'd be physically defensive though, but it's probably mixed defensive. I don't know. So Volt Switch out into my Beedrill to go ahead and U-turn or knock off something. He's going to switch out, predicting just that. He's going to take burn damage first, then he's going to switch out, predicting just that, into his Lightyear, which is his Buzzwole. So, I'm going to U-turn. Do a decent chunky damage to it, switch out, but based on the damage I just dealt, that is probably a bulky Buzzwole, which is kind of what it should be. So Rotom's gonna come out. Here comes Buzzwole. Here comes the Will-O-Wisp, which for some reason I'm faster than the Buzzwole, but hey, I'll take it. So Buzzwole's burnt, so it's essentially crippled at this point. So what's he gonna do to a burnt Buzzwole? Thunder Punch, just fine. Doesn't do much. Leftovers recovery, and then Volt Switch next turn because I don't want to take another Thunder Punch for no reason. He takes burn damage, and I click Volt Switch. Here in a second, I click Volt Switch. So Volt Switch, decent chunky damage, into my Gliscor, predicting the Thunder Punch, but he predicted me to Volt Switch, because that's kind of what I've been doing this entire game, and he's going to pull out a cool Poison Jab, but Poison Jab doesn't do very much. 75 to 67, Poison Heal brings me to 87, so I net a plus 10 HP. Burn damage, and then Acrobatics will kill the Buzzwole. So Buzzwole's dead. We're now one on each side, I believe. Yeah, one on each side at about 30 minutes into the match. 32, I think is what it was. Into his Z Captain. Now, when I built my Gliscor, I told you guys that I have 147 speed. Gyarados is 146. I have just enough speed with 148 Jolly to outspeed this Gyarados by 1 point for a situation exactly like this one. Because he thinks he can safely come in and waterfall me to death. I'm going to reveal to him that I'm actually faster than you by 1 point, and I'm going to click U-turn and get the hell out of here because I'm not about to sit in front of you. So I'm going to U-turn, do about 27% damage to him, like 33% damage or something like that, which is nice. Into my Clefable. Now, my switch into Clefable here is actually a misplay in my opinion, because Clefable cannot take 2 waterfalls, but Rotom could. So my play should have been into Rotom. So he's going to waterfall. Bunt ton damage. Clefable gets the leftovers, and it is immediately forced out with me switching into my Rotom. So I switch into my Rotom, and here comes the waterfall that does absolutely nothing to me. Absolutely nothing. I get leftovers. I net maybe a minus 10, somewhere around there. And then he's forced out because he knows I'm going to Volt Switch, so he's forced out into his counter to this Rotom, the Reuniclus. I'm going to Volt Switch out, predicting his switch, and because Volt Switch is a momentum play, so I'm going to make the momentum play out, and into my Beedrill, predicting him to switch out again. I'm actually going to click U-turn here in a minute, because I'm safer off doing it. So he's going to switch out like I predicted, into his Skarmory, which is what I predicted him to switch into. So I'm going to U-turn instead of knock off because I've already knocked off. So I click U-turn, get out of there, right back into my Rotom. Right back into my Rotom. Now, at this point, he's actually ready to sack his Skarmory. So I get leftovers back as I switch in. which is fabulous. So he's ready to sack the Rotom, or sack the Skarmory, which is exactly what he does. So I'm going to Volt Switch and kill it. So now we're 1 and 2 with me in the lead. Rotom comes back. I go into my Beedrill because, in my opinion, Beedrill is the best mon to switch into to gain momentum because I get the fast U-turn off, get the momentum after this next turn, and Beedrill is the fastest thing on his entire team, outspeeding his Infernape by 1, as long as it's not Choice Scarfed, which it probably is, and also outspeeding the majority of the remainder of his team, outside of Heliolisk, which is something he didn't bring, so I don't have to worry about that. But I have just enough investment to outspeed Heliolisk by 1. So I will outspeed Infernape, who is 1 point lower than Heliolisk naturally, by like 3 or something like that. So I'll outspeed that thing if it's not Choice Scarfed. So I go into that because it's the fastest thing on my team, so why not? He brings out the Infernape, and I'm like, alright, well, I can't stay in on that, risking that it's probably Choice Scarfed, so I can't stay in, so I'm not going to stay in. I switch out, immediately into my Gliscor, ready to sack it, kind of. He's probably Iron Fist Choice Banded, or Choice Guard. Fire Punch 1, hurts like hell. Poison Heal. And then Fire Punch 2. That is a dead Gliscor. So now we're 2-2 with about 27, somewhere in there, 28, 27 minutes left on the clock. In a Staraptor, Intimidate is revealed to him, so he doesn't know whether I'm Choice Scarfed or not, because usually Intimidate is not with Choice Scarfed, it's with Bulky. So he's going to switch out because he doesn't want to take the flying move, which is exactly what I'm going to click. He sacks his Gyarados, because that seems to be the good play. He gets Mold Breaker, which is irrelevant. Sacks the Gyarados, I click Brave Bird. That's a dead Gyarados. That's a dead Gyarados, and this is now a 3-4 game. With me in the lead, it's 3-4. And back into Infernape, which is Choice Scarf, for him to be able to revenge kill me, and I'm not going to let him yet. So he takes more Stealth Rocks damage, which is more whittling to his team. I'm going to switch out into my Clefable, ready to sack the Clefable. Close Combat 1. I live for some reason, living on 6 HP, and then Clefable throws up a Wish. Tries to. Now, I get my leftovers, and I throw up a Wish on his next turn. But I try to, and then I fail because Close Combat kills me. Another misgen or misprep on my part is I probably, instead of running Wish, I should have run Soft Boiled on Clefable, just because Clefable needs recovery on itself, not on the entire team. But Wish is still a decent bring, so I don't know. But yeah, Clefable drops. Critical hit is absolutely irrelevant because I have 12 HP. You are going to kill me regardless of the crit. So, back in the Rotom, he fears the Water-type move. 3-3, he fears the Water-type move, switches out into his designated counter, Retro the Reuniclus. So, Retro the Reuniclus takes Stealth Rocks damage, takes the Volt Switch that is about to hit it, and I switch right into my Beedrill here. No, sorry, into my Staraptor. I switch into my Staraptor, intimidate him, not that Intimidate matters. Takes the burn damage, which is nice. Takes the burn damage, and then I click U-turn, I believe. He goes into his Spain, which is his Tapu Bulu, puts up the Aggressive Surge after taking Stealth Rocks damage. And so I click U-turn because that's a safe play. So I click U-turn, do a decent chunk of damage to him, switch out into my Beedrill just to get some extra Aggressive Surge recovery. He and I both get Aggressive Surge recovery. I get it first, he gets it second, which reveals to me that I am faster, but we already knew that. So, Okay, so right here I click knockoff, and it's a really good thing I did because his set has he has Rock Slide on his set, he has Wood Hammer on his set, probably Horn Leech, and a fourth move, probably Superpower. He probably has the standard Choice Banded set. Now, it's a good thing I clicked knockoff here because he anticipated me to click U-turn and was anticipating me to switch so he could click Wood Hammer and pop something. But I clicked knockoff to get rid of the choice band because that's a safe play because um, it allows me to live hits going forward and it eliminates the choice banded threat that Tapu Bulu is. So, choice band comes off, he clicks the um, Wood Hammer, which he is unable to kill me now because of the choice band is off. Now, here, no, not here. He's not able to kill me. He gets the recoil damage, and he's now ready to sack the Tapu Bulu. So, he's going to go ahead and sack the Tapu Bulu. So I'm going to click Poison Jab. He's going to sack the Tapu Bulu, and that's a good Tapu Bulu with a Beedrill sitting in front of you. My Grassy Surge comes up, sitting at 25. Back into Harambe, which is probably Choice Scarf. Now, here I make a misplay. But let's let it happen and then I'll explain it. So, he goes into his Infernape. I switch out. Here, I switch out into my Rotom Wash. Rotom Wash cannot take 2. Rotom Wash can take 1. Here's the one that it can take. And then now I'm forced to sack it. This match is now 2-3, but I'm forced to sack this Rotom Wash now. So Rotom Wash drops. Yeah, this is 2-3, Rotom Wash drops, making this 2-2, but also sealing the game. Now, let me explain why. So, if I sacked my Beedrill right there, instead of switching my Rotom Wash in, I switch in a Rotom Wash next, and then click Hydro Pump and kill him, and then I have a chance to win. Whereas if I sack the Rotom Wash now, I can't win. I don't think. So Rotom Wash dies, he gets the Grassy Surge recovery. Grassy Surge is negated. Into my Staraptor. Intimidate comes off, and I can still win if I can intimidate him again. I can still win if Staraptor can intimidate this Infernape again, because Intimidate makes it so his close combat will not kill me. Fire Punch might, but close combat would not kill me from where I would be after 2 Brave Birds. So he's going to switch out because he doesn't want to deal with the Intimidate drop into his Retro, which is his Reuniculus, which will be nice and easily 2-hit KO'd. Brave Bird comes off because I figured he'd stay in. Brave Bird comes off. It will easily 2-hit KO him, which is guaranteeing that is a specially defensive variant. 2-2, switch out into my Beedrill, sack the Beedrill now. Sack the Beedrill now. Psychic comes off, the Beedrill is dead. At this point, I can't win. Here's why. Here in a second. The burn comes off, it's not enough to get the kill. And so now I'm forced into my Staraptor, where the Intimidate drop is wasted on this Reuniculus. I click Frustration because I'm Choice Scarfed into Frustration. The Reuniculus drops. Now it's 1v1. And this Infernape still has no attack drop. Because there's no attack drop, Staraptor cannot live, I don't believe. But let's find out if it can. Here comes this close combat, which guarantees he is in fact Choice Scarfed, and I cannot live. That is a dead bird, and that is the game. He was in fact Choice Scarfed, but that is the game. I do lose to Hammer 1-0. But that was a really good match. Very, very respectable and very, very, very enjoyable even. I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. If you did, be sure to leave a like because I've recorded this match now 5 times. Breaking the fourth wall there. But I've now recorded this 5 times. Hopefully it came out correctly. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Make sure to also answer the comment question of the day, or the week rather. What is your favorite Pokemon, Mega Pokemon specifically, and why? Like I said earlier, Mega Metagross because of its stats, design, shiny, mascotness, and just overall power. But yeah, GG to Hammer, of course, because duh. Very well enjoyable match. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like. And if you want to see more, then be sure to pop a subscription as well, because there's a lot more League stuff to come, y'all. But yeah, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and end off the video. If it was asked, let me know so I can change it, because I like to get better. Let me know if it was asked. But yeah, very well done. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. Also follow me on Twitter for updates with regards to League stuff. Like how there's not going to be a little International Week 8 next week. Um, but yeah, so with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and call this a video. And I will see you guys again in the next video. Until then, though, this is your boy. My name is Metagross Man, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.